Who's buying these steak knives that cut through nails? Who needs $200 knives that they sell in these infomercials? Some master chef explains, "Look, it actually cuts right through the bone. You may have seen our knives featured on Friday the 13th, but now they're available to you for much more money. Order now and we'll send you enough to start an army in a third world country. Watch how it cuts through a football helmet, a leather boot, a bulletproof vest, right through the zipper." This is a true story. I developed a pretty serious phobia of a really strange character that I recently met. I was sitting at the computer and he was looking over my shoulder, and without even asking me, he suddenly pierced my ear, and then he looks right at me and he says, "Hello, Savar." That's how I got parrot phobia. My other neighbor got 3 pet birds and I was upset because I couldn't find a penis. And that's really tragic because one of them is a male. I just assumed that one of those other 2 bitches with their sharp beaks tried to give him a blowjob. I was learning a lesson about suffixes in school, and I was asked to give an example of 2 words that end in ER. I was pretty much educated by television, so I said, bullet wound. Those are 2 words that end in ER. I want to post my cell phone number on a bumper sticker on the back of my car, and then my voicemail will say, "Hi, I'm busy being a responsible driver right now, but if you leave your insurance information, I'll be sure to stomp on the brakes right now." Beep! I've got a big problem with cell phones. They're women's best friends. I always have to compete with the cell phone to get my girlfriend's attention. I feel like saying, "Honey, why don't you put your cell phone on vibrate and put it in your pocket so you don't need me for anything at all?" One of the high points of my life was when the hottest girl in high school borrowed my pen. I obsessed over the way she caressed it in her hand, the way she made each gentle stroke, the way she sucked on the end. Oh my God, it exploded in her mouth, and I wanted her to swallow it so bad, but that probably wouldn't be too healthy for her. You ever have a really bad day where everyone and everything is just tormenting you, and you walk into the bank to do something simple like cash your check, so you fill it all out and you sign the back and you hand it over? And she looks at me and she says, "How would you like that back?" I made the mistake of saying, "I don't want that back, just give me the fucking money." Talk about a bad day gone worse. Jail sucks. I'm sitting at a bar, and one of the bartenders told a story about how she saw a dead hooker by the highway rest area. So one of the customers asked, "How did you know she was dead?" The bartender said she was laying in the road, she was foaming in the mouth, her eyes were rolled back in her head, she had bugs in her hair, and she was really pale. But I wanted to ask the more intelligent question. How the hell did you know she was a hooker? What the hell could the bartender possibly say? She had a 1,000 count 2-ply roll of condoms hanging from her garter belt? I think a lot of guys would think it's really convenient to be able to look at a woman and tell that she's a hooker. Speaking of hookers, what do you get when you cross a whore and a nun? Well, I've got no money, so either way I pretty much get none. One of my girlfriends thought it was really sweet when I lit her cigarette for her. Allow me. That's something I would still do now that we're separated. When she pulls out her cigarette, I could hold out the lighter and be thinking, "Allow me to help you kill yourself from cancer." I have my own version of a TLC song. It goes like this. I was hanging out the passenger's side of my best friend's ride, trying to holler at a chick. Then he rolled the window up and my head got stuck and my jaw clamped shut and I sounded kinda like this. Hey baby, what's your number? No better yet, I'll give you mine. What do you mean you don't want to meet me nowhere? You don't want none of my time?